and welcome to Rathods IAS. Today in this session, we are going to see current affairs of 2nd April 2024. So we are going to take Delhi edition here, and many students are asking like which edition are you taking? So I am taking Delhi edition. So whichever the edition that you are having, you can focus on that edition. So it is not like you have to read only Delhi edition or Hyderabad edition or Chennai edition or Road edition. So whichever edition you are having, you can simply go through that, okay? And most of the articles will be same, especially the articles will be changing in the states page, that's it. So other than everything will be like similar. So in this is the front page, and in this front page I found nothing which is relevant from our examination point of view, and you can simply leave it. And because of elections, so most of the articles are political articles. So don't read those political articles and don't waste your time. And prelims is early, right? So you're getting very near to your prelims. So you have to focus on the revision. And even one more thing is, we started this series of important topics and as well as previous questions analysis. And yesterday I posted one video regarding analysis of 2011 geography, and I gave detailed explanation of each and every statement, and I also make you understand the concepts, and even I revise it important themes. So please do watch those series, and not only me, other faculties will be taking their respective subjects like polity, history, economy, science and technology. Yes, you can see all those videos, okay, so that you will be getting lots and lots of concepts get cleared, okay. And now let us move on to city page, and even this city page also I found nothing. So directly you can move to this editorial page today, and there are very less number of articles in our today's newspaper which are relevant to our examination point of view. So directly editorial page. So here you can see one article that is about PMLA. Title says the PMLA, a law that has lost its way. So here you have to know about what is this Prevention of Money Laundering Act and what are the important conventions regarding this Prevention of Money Laundering Act, and in which year we enacted that and which year it came into force, and what are the provisions of that Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So all these are very important things, and I will say you like dimensions which are relevant, and you have to see from that article point of view. So this article is talking about Prevention of Money Laundering Act. So you have to see like why this prevention of money laundering is in use. So actually you know that one important problem that we are seeing every day in news is drug trafficking. So problem we are seeing here is drug trafficking. So because of this drug trafficking, it is one example of illegal activity. So it is an example of illegal activity, and even it also comes under an example of organized crime. It also comes as an example of organized crime. So whenever there is any illegal activity and organized crime is going on, so what are the money they are getting? So that money will be converted into white money. So especially the process here is they will be doing this money laundering. Okay, money laundering. So because of this money laundering, what happens here is, so it is nothing but whenever you are doing illegal activity, so what are the money you are getting? So you will be not paying tax. That will comes under the part of black money. So whenever there is no tax which is paid, here there is no tax. So that will cause harm to economy. For economy, yes, it is harm, right? So because of this, international organizations and different countries, even India, wants to prevent this money laundering, and in India especially we came up with this Money Laundering Act. And here you have to see like other dimensions what are the provisions of this Money Laundering Act? And even you have to see like what are the measures taken by the government to control this money laundering. And even you have to see like what is a way forward. You have to see like what is a way forward. So all these are the different dimensions that you have to see. And this topic is important from GS paper 2 under polity. And we are talking about tax evasion and as well as black money. So this concept it is from your GS paper 3 economy. And this drug trafficking, which organized crime, it is also one threat for our internal security. So this is also the part of our GS paper 3 internal security. So all these are different subjects and these are the different dimensions that you have to see from this article point of view. So now let us see the notes. So as I said, there are very less number of articles, okay. So why it is in news? So we have this Prevention of Money Laundering Act of 2002 in India. So we came up with this Prevention of Money Laundering Act with a very well distinct objective. So what is its objective? That is to control black money generation, and especially black money generation is happening through this illegal activity or organized crime, that is through international drug trafficking. So international drug trafficking, which is creating a huge volume of black money, and this is one of the grave threat to the economies of many countries. Because they are not paying tax, so it is one form of illegal activity and black money is generated and money laundering is happening. So because of this, it is one of the grave threat to the economies of many countries. And many countries, they got realization that black money generated through the flourishing drug trade and integrated into legitimate economy was likely to destabilize the world's economy. So whenever there is no controlling of money laundering, whenever there is no controlling of money laundering, and whenever there is a flourishing of the drug trade, arms trade, everything is happening, then that will destabilize entire world economy. And it is also danger to the integrity and as well as sovereignty of almost all the nations. So because of this, it is responsibilities of all the countries together or the world together to take steps to control this drug trafficking and as well as arms trafficking and as well as controlling of money laundering and as well as black money. So if you see the history of this Prevention of Money Laundering Act, so actually United Nations, it took a very serious note on this issue of money laundering and black money in year 1988 itself, and United Nations came up with this United Nations Convention Against Illicit Traffic, Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances. So it is an international convention which talks about the traffic, that is the movement of this narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. And in this convention, it asked all the countries, urged all the countries to take immediate steps or urgent steps to prevent this money laundering and to reduce this drug related crimes and other connected activities of this organized crime. And later on, subsequently, here 7 major industrial nations, they came up and they formed this summit, and they came up with this summit in Paris in 1989. So after that, this summit, there was establishment of one organization called as FATF, that is Financial Action Task Force. So in yesterday's class and day before yesterday's class, we discussed about this FATF, right? So that is the same FATF which came into existence in this Paris summit. And this summit and this FATF, which is an organization which is going to see or examine the problems of money laundering, and as well as, so this body will recommend some measures like how to control this menace, okay, or how to tackle this menace. And thereafter in 1990s, United Nations General Assembly adopted a resolution, and the name of this resolution is Political Declaration and Global Program of Action. And this declaration or this resolution which called upon all member countries to enact suitable piece of legislation. So in this resolution or in this political declaration, so it asked almost all the countries to come up with their own laws or own legislation. Legislation is nothing but the laws to effectively prevent this money laundering or money which is generated by this drug trafficking. And accordingly, Indian Parliament, so our Parliament enacted the Prevention of Money Laundering Act in year 2002. But even though we came up with this act in 2002, finally this act which came into force in year 2005. And now let us see some facts regarding what is this Prevention of Money Laundering Act in India. There is a high chance of getting prelims question from this act. So this Prevention of Money Laundering Act, it is a criminal law which enacted to prevent money laundering and to provide for confiscation of property. That means to take down the property which is derived from this income source, which is related to money laundering and related matters. And even this act which forms core of legal framework to put in place by India to combat money laundering. And even the provisions of this act, they are applicable to all financial institutions and as well as banks, mutual funds and insurance companies and as well as financial intermediaries. So all these institutions, yes, this act is applicable. So from this point you can get a prelims based question like, so this PMLA is applicable to which of the following organizations? Okay. So in this way it is applicable to mutual funds, insurance companies and as well as financial intermediaries, banks and financial institutions. And what are the objectives of this Prevention of Money Laundering Act? Yes, you need to know that. So first one is to confiscate and to seize protocols, okay, or to seize the proceeds of crime. And next one is to establish a legal framework for prevention of money laundering and terror financing, and to strengthen and to improve the mechanism for investigation and prosecution of money laundering offences, and to enhance international cooperation in fight against money laundering and related crimes. So these are the important objectives of this Prevention of Money Laundering Act. And now let us move to our Delhi page, okay, Delhi Hindu, and this is editorial page again. And here you can see there are two articles. So first one is AI in elections, the good, the bad and the ugly. So nowadays what happened? There is increased advancements in science and technology. Will you accept it or not? Yes. So because of this increased advancements in the science and technology, what is happening? So new and new things and new applications of AI is seen in newspaper. And even we are using this AI to identify frauds in the schemes, right? So there are lots and lots of new applications of AI and we are using this artificial intelligence even in elections also. So that is the thing which mainly said. So here what are the dimensions you have to see? So there is a chance of getting question from applications of artificial intelligence. You can get a question like, consider the following applications. So which of the following applications of artificial intelligence? Okay, so in this way you can expect a question. So your homework is you have to list down the important applications of artificial intelligence and you have to see like how we are using artificial intelligence in elections. So if you see India, in India we have different languages and now we are going to have this 2024 Lok Sabha polls. So in this poll, one famous political party, that is BJP party, is using this artificial intelligence to translate speech into 8 different languages so that the reach will be very high, right? So here you have to know like what are the advantages of using artificial intelligence in elections and you have to see what are the concerns. and even you can expect mains based question also from this area. So this mains comes under your science and technology, which comes under GS paper 3. Okay. So these are some important things that you have to see from this article point of view. So now let us see this article in detail. So here this article says that why is in news, especially our Prime Minister of party wants to reach more and more linguistic diversities, okay, diverse groups. So here BJP party has used AI, artificial intelligence, to translate its speeches into 8 different languages because of this Lok Sabha elections ahead, so which may potentially considered as India's first AI elections, because we are using AI the first time in the elections. So because of this elections 2024 Lok Sabha polls can be called as first AI elections. So now let us see how this AI is linked with this electoral landscape. So first one is to set a campaign or to come with a campaign strategy and targeting. So political parties and candidates, they can use the AI algorithms so that they can analyze vast amount of data of voters, including demographic, social media activity, past voting behavior, to tailor their campaign messages and to target specific voters. To target specific voters efficiently, yes, we can use this AI algorithms. And next one is to predict analytics, like artificial intelligence powered predictive analytics that can forecast election outcomes by analyzing various factors, for example polling data, economic indicators, and also sentiment analysis from social media. So in this way here, it will help the parties to allocate resource strategically, and even it will be focusing on key battleground areas. So where exactly we have to focus? So this artificial intelligence will be giving you the direction. And next one is to understand this voters engagement. So AI chatbots and virtual assistants, they can engage with voters on social media platforms so that they can answer the questions, okay, and even they can provide information about candidate and policies, and even they will help to encourage voter turnout, and this can also enhance voter engagement and participation in the electoral process. So in this way, to encourage the voters to go and vote and to improve this voter engagement, artificial intelligence chatbots will play a very important role. And next one is for security and integrity. So AI powered tools can be employed to detect and to prevent election fraud. Okay, to prevent and to detect election fraud, including voter suppression and tampering with electronic voting system, and even spread of disinformation, and even by analyzing the patterns and anomalies in data and AI algorithms that will help to ensure integrity of the electoral process. Especially to increase the safety and security and integrity, yes, this AI tool will be also very much important, because it will be detecting, it will be preventing these frauds. And this one is for regulation oversight. Also AI will be very useful, because AI will be monitoring, okay, and it will be also regulating the political advertising and identify violations of campaign finance laws, and even it can ensure capability compliance and also electoral regulations. So in this way, AI will also helpful to enforce transparency and accountability in this electoral process. So these are some important advantages of AI in elections. And next one is, what are the concerns? The first one is manipulation of electoral behavior. So whenever we are using these AI models, it can change the electoral behavior. For example, we are using generative artificial intelligence and as well as AGI, that will be used to spread misinformation, disinformation, and even that can be used to create deep fake elections. So that here, that can change the electoral behavior of the people. And second important concern here is messaging and propaganda. So these tools, they can be trained to translate in regional languages, which can be used by the candidates for micro targeting. Okay, for micro targeting also it is very important. And next one here is spreading of disinformation. So World Economic Forum. So World Economic Forum's Global Risk Perception Survey. So this survey which ranks misinformation and disinformation among the top 10 risks, with easy to use interface of large scale artificial intelligence model, so that it will leads to booming of false information, synthetic content from sophisticated voice cloning, and even we can create fake websites. So this is one cause of concern. And next one is inaccuracies and unreliability. So artificial intelligence models, they include like AGI, they are not infallible and they can produce inaccuracies and inconsistencies. Okay, they can produce inaccuracies and inconsistencies. And next one is ethical concerns. So use of artificial intelligence in elections which raises ethical questions. Okay, like for example the questions regarding privacy, the questions regarding transparency and fairness. And AI algorithms, they may inadvertently perpetuate biases present in training data. So even that will leads to unfair treatment or discrimination against certain group of voters. So in this we also, yes, we have some ethical concerns by using this artificial intelligence in these elections or election campaigns. So this is about this topic, and now let us see another topic. It is about solar surge. India's solar industry must grow without compromising on quality. So recently in this new financial year, it is going to begin with one update from this solar energy or solar power project. So now onwards, whoever the solar power project developers are there, so they have to decrease their imports and they have to focus on increasing their capabilities or increase in their manufacturing, so that will be helpful in Make in India and to make Atmanirbhar Bharat in this solar industry. Okay, clear? And we are going to see this topic. So this topic is important from GS paper 3 on science and technology. And even you can see like there is one scheme which is given here, that is PM Solar Rooftop Scheme. So there may be question can be asked in your prelims from this scheme, and we are going to see all these details in this notes. So here this article says that the new financial year which has begun with government finally bringing into effect a policy, and this policy it is going to discourage solar power project developers to decrease rely on imported panels. That means government want to discourage the imports. That means government want to encourage our input capability or to increase our manufacturing or domestic manufacturing, and we have to focus on increasing of exports. So recently in this approved models and manufacturers for solar voltaic models, so requirement for compulsory registration order 2019. So this order which requires module makers to submit to an inspection of their manufacturing facilities by the National Institute of Solar Energy. So we can focus on the manufacturing facilities by this National Institute of Solar Energy. So here these are the one important act which came up, so that it is focusing on increasing of inspection, like whether that solar power industry, so they are increasing their methods or increasing their production or not, whether they are depending on this imports or not. So that we have like this order which says about the inspection of manufacturing facilities by the National Institute of Solar Energy. And next one is being on the list as an approved manufacturing facility which certifies a company as legitimately manufacturing solar panels within its premises and not importing modules. So they have to manufacture their own solar panels. So they should be not like importing the modules from the other countries. And the major advantage is eligibility to compete for government tenders under this flagship solar energy program. For example, government recently introduced this PM Solar Rooftop Scheme. So now let us see what is this rooftop solar program. So this program launched in the year 2014, and this rooftop solar program, which is focusing on expanding of rooftop installed capacity in residential sector, and it comes under central financial assistance and incentives to distribution companies. That is, central finance will be given to these discoms, and the program's goal is to achieve 40 gigawatts of rooftop solar installed capacity, and the target is March 2026. And the progress has been made with this rooftop solar capacity increasing from 1.8 gigawatts in 2019 to 10.4 gigawatts in 2023. And even under this scheme here, consumers, they can benefit from the schemes through this discom rendered projects or the national portal. That is, the portal name is www.solarrooftop.government.in. So the scheme which also empowers the consumers to choose vendors. Okay, so this scheme which empowers the consumers to choose vendors and the solar equipment based on their preferences. And after installation, the inspection subsidies are directly transferred to the consumers' bank accounts. And under this, the consumers, they have the opportunity to export surplus solar power to the grid so that they can receive monetary benefits also. So these are some important features of this scheme. And now, let us move on to the next topic. So in this opinion page, there is nothing much important. So there is no need of going to these articles. And in this text and context, there is one article which is talking about 6th schedule of Ladakh. So Ladakh is doing protest and a hunger for justice. So actually one person who came up with this hunger strike. So because of this is in news. So here you have to see some dimensions. Like, what is the status of Ladakh? So what is the status of Ladakh? So this is the first thing. And you have to see why they are demanding for this 6th schedule. So you have to see why. And not only this, you have to see like what are the provisions. What are the provisions for this 6th schedule? Okay, and you have to see one more thing also. So what is the significance? And which are the states under this 6th schedule now? That is A, M, M, T. Okay, that is Assam, Mizoram, Meghalaya and Tripura, not Manipur. So now let us see this article in detail. So why it is in news? Because one person, name of that person is Sonam Wangchuk. Sonam Wangchuk hunger strike in Leh, which calls for Ladakh statehood and inclusion in the 6th schedule of Indian Constitution, so that now locals will get empowered to take decision or to involve in this decision making process. So this is the thing which is going on and why it is in news. And if you see the details, because of rapid urbanization and as well as tourism growth are straining the Ladakh's resources, particularly water resources, that is leading to the one of the important concern over sustainability and also equitable access. So even if you are focusing on the dependence on underground water has been exacerbated by tourism, so it is one of the important issue, that is there is a water crisis. And Ladakh also faces increasing the risk from this climate change, like because of this glacial lake outburst floods, permafrost degradation and even rising of temperatures. And despite of these challenges, even mining activities and renewable energy projects and tourism continue to grow. Okay, so despite of these challenges, mining, renewable energy projects, tourism, they are continuing to grow and exacerbating environmental concerns as well. So we are talking about the objectives of this 6th schedule of Indian Constitution. So they are trying to provide for administration of tribal areas in the northeastern states that are Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Tripura, that is AMT, and they wants to provide or protect tribal land and as well as tribal resources, and to prohibit and to transfer such resources to these non-tribal individuals or communities, and even they are trying to ensure tribal communities are not exploited or even they are not marginalized by non-tribal population. And I want to give you one prelims practice question which already appeared in 2015. The provisions of 5th schedule and 6th schedule in Constitution of India, they are made in order to. So these are the option A, option B and option C and D. So please let me know which is the correct answer for that so and so question. And let us move on to our Hindu page. And even in this news page I found nothing much important. So here you can see like 2 articles. Already we had discussion number of times. Title says rise in demand for MGNREGA points to failure of government, says Congress. So here you have to focus on this topic called as MGNREGA. So what is the full form of MGNREGA? So what is this MGNREGA? So MGNREGA is nothing but Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. So here you have to know like what are the provisions and you have to see why it is in news. So even what is the impact of technology on attendance, and you have to see like how this MGNREGA is helpful to achieve the sustainable development goals. And you have to see like what are the challenges in this MGNREGA scheme and how it will helpful for asset development or asset creation. So all these are important dimensions that you have to see from this article point of view. And we had discussion number of times. I am not going to take this for the today's class. So please do revision on this topic. And now let us see next topic. It is about heat wave. Heat wave conditions likely during election season warns IMD. So India Meteorological Organization is saying that yes, we are going to have above normal heat wave conditions in most parts of our country. That too in April and May, and these are the months when polling will be held across the country. Okay, so in these months we will be having like approaching summer. So here you have to see like some dimensions. So which are those dimensions? First one is you have to see heat waves. You have to see like what is the definition of heat waves according to IMD, and you have to see like what are the categories, and you have to see like recent examples across the world. So many European countries also face this heat waves due to this climate change, and you have to see what is the impact of these heat waves and what all the measures can be taken especially to address climate change in this context. Okay, and from geography point of view you can see like which are the regions in India they are going to experience this heat wave. Clear? And if you move on, you can directly go through this science page which is at last. So here I found this article very interesting, that is team led by PRL Ahmedabad which finds ozone on Jupiter's moon. So the name of this Jupiter moon is Callisto. So on the surface of this Callisto, researchers they found presence of ozone. So here you have to see like what is this ozone and what is this Callisto, and there is a high chance of getting question. And 2011 geography, there are many questions from this at atmospheric layers and even ozone. So this is like a repeated theme where UPSC is asking question. Okay, so you have to focus on that. So now let us see this article in detail, and this article is important from your science and technology point of view and even from geography point of view as well. So if you see the context, why it is a news, scientists they are currently studying various celestial bodies. Celestial bodies is nothing but the bodies which are present in the space, and celestial bodies in the solar system, and that shows the signs of ozone. So here this study which says that yes, there is a stable atmospheric conditions which are mainly seen on this one of the moon of Jupiter, and we can expect like host life there. So if you see the further details, an international team of scientists including from India, they have discovered strong evidence which is indicating the presence of ozone on Jupiter's moon, that is Callisto. So because of this, it is shedding a light on complex chemical process taking place on icy celestial bodies. So on this icy celestial bodies also, yes, there are some complex phenomena is going on. So because of this, we can find there is evidence of ozone on this Jupiter moon, that is Callisto. So actually this Callisto is one of the Jupiter's moons and third largest moon in the solar system after Ganymede and Titan. So Ganymede and Titan, they are the largest, and the third largest here is Callisto. So Callisto, it is primarily consisting of like water ice, rocky material, sulfur dioxide, and even some organic compounds. So with these studies, we can understand like there is a atmosphere that will support life in the solar system beyond the earth. Okay, so these are some important things which mainly said, and you have to see like what is this ozone. Ozone is nothing but O3. So in Earth atmosphere, it is seen in the stratosphere, and if it is present in stratosphere, it is good because it is absorbing UV rays. It will be not allowing UV rays to fall on the Earth's surface. But if the same ozone which is present at the ground level, it is like a pollutant. Okay, clear? So you have to know some basics regarding this ozone. And these are the important articles that appeared in our today's Hindu newspaper. Now I will show you like exactly where can you get the notes of this class. So this is our Rathods IAS classes Telegram channel. Please do this. Please do join this channel so that whenever we are posting the updates, that updates will be getting here. And yesterday we started with this prelims questions analysis, okay, from geography 2011, and today I will be posting the video of 2012, don't worry. And I discussed each and every statement clearly so that even if you don't know the basics also, if you watch that videos, then you will be getting about 50 to 60% of concepts clear. Okay, so that is for sure. And here we will be posting the notes in PDF format so that you can easily download them. And this is our YouTube channel, Rathods IAS Academy. So do subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to subscribe. And even try to recommend this channel for your friends and for your friends, study hall mates or hostel mates or classmates, for everyone. Okay, do this favor. And this is our website of Rathods IAS Academy. So if you want to take online course of Rathods IAS Academy, so access will be given in the website, and from website itself you can watch the videos. Okay, and if you want to take any course, because prelims is very much near and we are offering courses at a discounted price, and if you want to take entire online course, the cost is just 19,500 rupees only, including prelims test series, mains answer writing, one-to-one mentorship, and mains test series. Everything will be included along with basic to advanced level recorded classes plus live classes. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share and comment, and even please to subscribe to Rathods IAS Academy.